All right, in this video, we're going to discuss a key term that you need to know for your real estate licensing exam called auctions. Auctions are a rather big part of the whole real estate profession, particularly in rural areas of America. A lot of farm ground is sold by auctions. And here recently, it's kind of been a trend even in town. We are seeing more and more single-family residences being sold by the auction process. It's very typical to have an auction for, let's say, a foreclosed property as well in many parts of the country. But there are a few things that you need to know as a student for the real estate licensing exam. The first thing you need to know is what is being sold by auction, or what type of property can be sold by auction. Well, there's two types. We have real property that can be sold by auction. And remember, real property is real estate. Whether it's raw land, whether it's improved land, that is certainly one type of property that can be sold by auction. Another one is personal property. Personal property. Now, don't forget, another name for personal property is a chattel. That is another commonly a.k.a., also known as. All right, so both of these can be sold by auction, but there is one thing that you really need to know for your exam. If you're going to sell real property or real estate, and you're going to be an auctioneer, the auctioneer must be licensed, meaning they must have a real estate license to auction off real property. Personal property or chattel don't need to have a real estate license. And this does come up because many times, particularly when farms are being sold at auction, you're going to have the real property, but you're also going to have many times personal property as well. So if they have a real estate license, then not only can they do the real property auction, but they can also do the personal property. If they don't have a real estate license, then they're going to have to find somebody with a real estate license to conduct the real estate side of the auction. All right, the next part I want to talk about is what type of auctions are there? And there are two that you have to know. The first one is called an absolute auction. An absolute auction, and it is what it sounds like. The final bid is the final price that the owner must accept, okay? And once the auction starts, then the owner cannot pull the property off the market. All the way up until the point the auction starts, that owner can still pull the property from the auction. But once the bidding starts, that's it. And the highest bidder wins, period. So even if this property is worth $1 million and somebody bids $10 and they are the only bidder, then and that's the highest bidder, then they get that property for $10. The owner cannot remove it from the auction once the bidding process has started. All right. The next one is called an auction with reserve. So that means that the one of two things: either the owner can start the bid at a certain price, or they can start it at zero, but not accept the highest offer. It basically gives the owner, or the owner reserves the right to either remove the property from auction or decline the bid. All right? And what I mean by that is maybe that the owner has a minimum bid of $150,000. Well, the bidders might not know that. So if the highest bid ends up being $120,000, then the owner can remove the house from the auction even though the bidding is done. In some states, if they get above that reserve number, let's say $170,000, then the owner must accept that bid because it's past the reserve price. That's the two key distinct differences. Now, all right, so don't forget, if you're going to auction real property, then the auctioneer must have a real estate license to be able to do that legally. That's going to be important to remember for your real estate licensing exam. If you're going to continue studying, check out this next video. I think it will be very beneficial. And don't forget, if you have not subscribed to the channel, click on the little circle to my left. I would appreciate it. See you in the next video.